Hello viewers, welcome to CodeForAny. If you hear new, hit subscribe buttons and notification bell so you can never miss any our incredible content. Music player app, SwiftUI. Inside today we need to create here the album details screens and artist detail screen need to develop here UI and need to see here the how to look like display. We need to first of all the run here the Flutter apps already inside the iOS simulators. Now need to open here the album detail screen. This is the album detail screen. First of all need to create this look like UI need to develop, and then after need to song list need to display here, and need to define here the play equalizers need to display here. Then after need to create here the artist screens. Inside we need to create here the artist detail screen. Need to develop this artist detail screen. First of all need to create here this artist top view, and then after need to create here the top albums list and top song list need to develop. Let's start how to write down this UI codes inside the SwiftUI. Need to explain in detail step by step. First of all need to create here the new files. To write down here the new files and to select here the SwiftUI and to click on next, and then after need to write down here the name album details view. Now this create here the view, and now one by one we need to see here how to write down here this view. First of all need to here the environment variables, because we need to give here the black buttons events. Need to back the navigations. Need to first of all needs here the environment variables for the presentations mode. Write down the environment brackets. Inside need to slash dots, and to give here the presence of modes you need to give here, and to define here the mode variables is equal to need to binding here with the present modes you need to bind. Now need to set this here and to create here, and then afterwards need to give here the list of the songs and to set this here, create here the state variables, and to give here the all array need to give here the ns array, and need to set this here the I have already prepared this array, and to put this value here, copy this here and to paste this here. And now need to write down here the z stacks. Need to write down here, and to create here the background colors need to give here the background, and to set here the color easy we need to set this here, and now need to set here the ignore safe area. Need to remove these brackets, no need here. And now I am waiting for the loading this our screens, and to then after need to top UI we need to develop for the album details. Need to write down here the v stack, and then after need to set the h stack, and to create here the button. Now need to self dot mode dot grab value dot dismiss. Now need to set this here, and to set as a image. To give here the back buttons need to set this here, write down back resizable. Now need to set here the scale to fit, and now need to set here the frame Need to give here the width 25 and heights we need to give here the 25. Then after we need to set here the title text. Give here the album details. And now need to set here the font, custom font. Need to get here dot use here the bold and to give here the 18s. And then after we need to set here the foreground colors. We need to set here the primary 18s. We need to give this here the colors, and then after we need to set here the frame and maximum width. We need to give here the infinity, and then turn to alignment dot centers. We need to set this here. Now another buttons need to create here for the search buttons. Need to paste this here. And first of all need to give here the heading. The 20. Heading to give as a top. Insert. Now need to set it. Sorry. Headings need to give this here. And now need to set here the scroll view. Now need to set here the search icons. Need to give this here and to write down here the search. And to write down here the foreground color. Set here the primary 28. Okay, now this the configurations are the done here, and now need to write down here the top UI. Need to create here first of all. Need to write down here the Z text. Set this here. And we need to set here the frame first of all. Need here the frame. Give here the width, screen width. To use here the screen width. Minus the 40, because we need to give here the 20 padding here and 20 padding here. That's why to 20 plus 20 14s minus the 14s. We need to set this here. And now need to create here the image. We need to develop here the blur image inside the backgrounds. We need to set here the image and to give here the name LBL1s, and resizables we need to set this here, and to clip rect we need to set here. First of all, need to get scale to fill, and then after we need to set here the frame, and to give here the width, need to copy this width, and to give here the heights, set here the speak height, set here the screen width into 5. We need to set here, and then after we need to set here the clip rect and see like this UI here, and we need to create first of all the blur. To use here the blur methods for create this image as a blur, and we need to set here the to check first of all. Is set here by. Now this is the display goods, and now need to create here the black overlay. We need to set to create here the rectangles, and to set here the fill colors. We need to set here the color black, and to give here the opacity 34. Need to set this here, and now need to create here the stack. We need to develop here. Inside we need to create here the horizontals stack, and first of all we need to create here the image. We need to copy this and to paste this here, and to remove this blur, and to give here the pix height and width we need to set here the 100. And one things need to set this here the, and then after we need to create here the which text to develop here, and to set this here the text, give here the history names for the titles these songs, and now need to set here the font, custom font, and to write down here the mediums, and to set here the 15s. Now need to set this here, and to set here the foreground colors we need to set here the primary, text, opacity we need to set here the 0.9. Set this here, and now need to set here the frame, and to give here the frame width x width we need to give this here the infinity, and now need to set here the alignment, and to set as a center, to give here the leading over this here, and to first of all need to fix this here the padding issue. Set here padding 20 need to set here, and to here padding, and now need to set here the this UI. Need to give here the space between the 15s, to write down here the spacing, set here the 15s, and to remove this here, and then afterwards we need to give here the which stack alignments. Need to set here the alignment, set here the top, not here, this here. Need to give here the alignment top. Now display here the history, and need to set this here, and need to set as a fonts. We need to 18 set here, create here the, now need to copy this text here, and to paste this here, to write down here, give here the by Michael Jackson, and to set here the 12, need to set this here this value here, and to now need to create here the one things, give here the years, total songs, and total times. Need to set this here, and to same as we need to set this here, and to set here the spacing, set here the 8, and now need to develop here the this UI buttons. Need to develop here this here the screen. Need to develop these buttons, and to first of all need to create these play buttons, down here we stack, Need to define here the buttons, and we need to set this here the value. Need to set as a text. First of all, need to create here the which text. Need to develop this here, and to create here the image. And now need to set here the play and give here this buttons names, and need to set here the resizables. Need to set this here, and to scale to fit need to set here, and need to set here the frame. Need to set as a width, wells, and now need to set here the heights. And now we need to give here the text. We need to needs here, need to copy and paste, and need to remove this frame, no needs here. And we need to set here the value for this value, and to set here the medium, set as a 12. Now need to past years, and to give here the this button's name, need to play, need to set this here the play. Give here the wrong name, need to paste this here and display this here. Now created this years, and we need to set this all value. And now need to first of all give here the paddings. We need to set here the 8. Then afterwards need to set padding. To set here the horizontals, we need to set as a 15s. And now need to create here the background inside the gradient colors. We need to use here the linear gradient. To use here the colors. Now need to use color dot primary g colors. Need to use here, and to start points need to set at the top, and then afterwards need to use here the bottom to use here. And now need to create here the corner radius. We need to give here the value of the corner radius, that as a. Now need to create here the spacer, and now need to copy against this value here, and to paste this here. Now need to create here the share button, here the share icons, and to give here the button name as share, and need to set this here this value. And now need to give here the overlay. Need to create here the and to use here the these things. To create here the rounded rect, need to develop here with the border radius. Need to set here the 15s, and then after need to give here the line width. We need to give this here, need to set as a 1. Now need to create here the stock. We need to give this here to here on its this color, that as a primary text. And now need to set here the line width, give here the 1. Okay, now these buttons are the ready, and no any issue. Now need to copy this here and to paste this here, set this here again. So need to copy and to set here the add to favorite buttons, and to give here the favorite tab. Temp image, we need to set this here. Now need to give here the button name, add to favorite, And to give here the foreground colors, need to set here this value here. Give here the 8. And now this is the display goods here, and this top UI are the done. And now need to develop here the list view. We need to first of all the defines here the value here. Get here the list. Lazy stack need to this here. And now need to set here the paddings, that as a 20. And now need to write down here the for each, give this methods names and to this value. To give here the data, we need to all array, use here the counts, all array dot counts, need to give this years. And now need to pass here the id slash self, need to give years, and to set here the as object, need to give years, not as object, need to give as a indexed. Now need to get this as an object is equal to get here the all array index of the value, as we need to set here the ns dictionary this value here. And now need to create here the UI. We need to first of all the needs here the all song row, need to copy this here, this row, and need to convert inside the common UI. Now need to go inside the album details and to set this here. And now need to set this all things. No needs here page, but this here use display buttons here. Now need to remove display buttons, no needs. And need to also remove here text, no needs. Remove this stack. Go inside this text and to create here the divider. And to set here the padding, give this years, need to set as a 50. And we to create here the more icons, need to give this here the more icons. Need to set like this button image, give here the more buttons, set here the RAM. Need to set here the width and to set here the 18, give here the height at 40, and to give here the alignment trailing. Now need to set this all things. Yes. And one more things, we need to give this here copy and we need to paste this here to write down here the duration. That here color 60. Now this UI are the ready, and we to cut this here and to create here the common UI and to write down here the create here the new files common UI commons inside to create here the new file and to give this names album song. So create here and to paste this code here, and one give here the property to define here the where as object is equal to NS dictionary shares and blank this value, and one more property we need to give here the is play rules property we need to give by default as a false. Need to set this here and to config this here, and now need to set here the frame size. Right, we need to give this here course. Now need to set this all things, and need to set here the one conditions like this here is play. Now need to set here the parts and to this value is this here, and now need to create the image. Need to set here the image property and to give this name here the play EQ means equalize, and to resizables and to give here the scale to fit, and now need to set here the frames. So need to give this here, we need to copy this here that center and to not display your goods need to give here the background colors to set here the colors. BG need to give this here. Now need to set here ready horizontals that is, and to give here the object as object need to pass this here the value. We need to go inside the album details and need to copy here the anyone's value. We need to need here copy this here, and now need to paste inside these cells. Set this here. Now this use this row here and to configure with this detail screen. Need to configure here to go here and to set this here the row as object. Now we need to set the indexed equal to 0. Need to give this like value here and to check this UI and not display here the durations. Need to check here the spelling, maybe typo here. Song details durations, yes, so I not display here the missing here the yeah. Now this is the display goods here and to here no any issue. Now need to configure this UI the navigations. Need to go inside the albums set here the creator, navigate link, destinations and labels need here. Now need to give here the album detail, view, this here the object, and now need to define here the navigation view. Here put here and to paste this here, and need to check here the configurations work or not. Need to test here. Now this is the working years, and need to go inside the details and to create here some property. Give here the navigation titles that as a blank. Then after need to set here the navigations are hidden, so need to set here the true, and after need to navigations back buttons hidden, need to set this here. And now need to see against this album view to set here the here. Now need to check here. Now I am waiting for the load this UI and to give here the let property here. Now this UI are the loads, and need to test this here and to check any no issue and to working goods. And now need to develop here the artist detail screen. Need to develop. First of all need to create here the new files and to write down here the set this here artist detail. Now need to create this file here. Copy here the album details view. Copy this here, so all value here. And now need to paste artist details inside this value here. And need to define here the change this name artist. Now need to create here the another state variables for the album. Top albums need here. I have already prepared this value and to this value here. This here. Write down here. Okay. Set this here. Check walls and format this text here. And we need to here the two title all sections needs here. That here titles, give here the top song, no needs here button names already defined here and events. And now need to set here the padding 20, and now need to set here horizontal padding. Now need to set this here, and another top to set this here. Give here the top albums. And first of all need to set here the this top view. Need to open here our Flutter apps. Yes. Go back here, go artist here anyone's, and to look like need to UI this develop here. Already you need to done these things, and I want to need to create this here. First of all, need to give here the remove this all text or needs here these buttons to remove here space this here, and now we need to remove this text here. Or is it on its here? One. Give here the bottom. Set here the padding, and to write down here the bottoms need to set here the high. And to give here the one by ones the value here in 18s need this here center, and now need to give here the titles, and to change this image need to go inside assets and to this artist details top, to go inside and paste this here, here and to that is a buttons names need to set here the follow. Now need to create here stack, and to give this property, and now need to paste here and to this value here the followers value, and now need to set here and to check here the font size 10s, and to give foreground colors at 60, and now on it's this thing same as we need to copy and to create here for the view. Now need to set this value here, now need to listener, set this here the this value here, and this top UI are the done, and need to develop here the top album UI need to develop. First of all, so we need to copy inside the home, need to go here the homes and to select this horizontal list here and to paste in the artist details this, and to give this value here the album array, that Now need to change the past here the 3 to 4 by optional and as dictionary. Now need to save job for key, need to set as image as need optional string, need to see here. Now need to copy this here, paste this here, and to give here name. Let's need to here, we need here value here, and to need to get the decrease this 90 by frame stack here. Maximum need to give here that here clipped need to set here the font size. You need to read here the set to issue, and to this UI are the done. So need to put this value here, and to create here the common UI commons inside, need to create new files, and to give here the artist album cells, need to give this here the name artist. Now need to create here, paste this, and now need to give here the state property where, and to set here as object. Now need to set here the NS dictionary. Now this value of sets, and to pass as an object, give this value as a artist details. Inside we need to copy the value here, hit this one value for the display UI, set the preview, need to set this value, and now need to give the background colors for chat and PG. Now need to give these cells here inside the artist details, and we configure here this UI, and this UI are the done, and we to waiting for the load. Here the display goods here, no any issue, and this working goods. Now all things are the done, and now need to configure here the this UI screens. Need to copy this UI names, and to go artist view, and to configure here the navigations, navigate destination labels, need to set this here, configure this, and give this artist cells, paste this here. One more thing, so need here set here preview inside the navigations view. Now need to waiting for the this load UI, and to check here the click events. Now this is the working goods, no any issue, all things are the goods. If you like this video, please give the thumbs up and share this video your friends. If you new user, so please subscribe my channels and press the notification bell icon. You can get every new video notifications and awesome content. If you have any question, so please write down in the comment sections. I will help you and sort out your issue. And everyone have a nice day. Goodbye and take care.